Welcome back to my channel. My name is Belinda. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for tuning in. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification so you're notified every time I post something new.
I wanna push all the limits with you right now. So what's your feelings?
Today I'm going to be organizing my pantry. It's gotten really out of hand here lately since the holidays and everything that has been going on. I have a strict policy of my pantry is an open door policy. Anybody that comes over, I try to keep snacks in there for everybody to their liking. So with that being said, it kind of makes a little bit of a mess with everybody's grabbing different things. So I'm going to start out with the very top layer of my pantry, trying to organize it and see what best way I can organize all these bottles. Andy's always gifted bottles by different people, and neither of us are much of a drinker, so they just kind of accumulate and we just have them for whenever we have a gathering. So let's start here.
We only need the two of us together, 'cause we got love.
I try to keep different party essentials on hand, so I have a few cake stands and different plastic bowls and trays that I use for either parties or for any kind of gathering, so I'm trying to keep them at the very top. I also collected a ton of seeds for my garden last summer actually, and now I'm just kind of putting them in these mason jars to keep them nice, neat, organized, and fresh.
We only need the two of us together. We only need the two of us together. We only need the two of us together. We only need the two of us together.
If y'all catch me looking over my shoulder and talking a lot, it's because I'm talking to Andy. Anytime that Avery is not awake is when we get the most conversation in, because if not, Avery has so many stories that he needs to tell us. I feel like every kid is like that and just wanting so much attention, but he's just at that age where he has such a vivid imagination and it's all attention on him. So this right now is probably the most conversation we'll have all day. My original plan was to completely empty out the pantry, take everything out of it and clean all the shelves, but my pantry is kind of large, so it started getting a little overwhelming doing it that way. So I ended up doing shelf by shelf, and it made it so much easier on me. At the very top shelves, I decided to go with acrylic bins, that way I could see anything that was in them. Before, I had some wicker bins that held some candy in them, and it was always so hard trying to figure out what was in them. So this way we can just look up and see what's in them without having to get a step stool out. I've lived in this house for 4 years and I move things constantly. Andy is always complaining that he can't find things. For example, my medicine cabinet has been in my restroom and a kitchen cabinet. I think it finally found its home in my pantry. I feel like it's the best place for it, just as long as it's high enough where the kids can't reach it. I decided to use these Lazy Susans and this tiered stand to house all our medicine. I just grouped it by either vitamins, kids medicine. I even have a tray for the dog's medicine in there, and I think it's just much easier to get to.
I wanna be a weekend lover. Yeah, I'ma be the best damn lover you got. I wanna mess up your covers. I don't wanna meet your mother. Never ever ask me how.
It might take you some time to figure out what system works better for you in your pantry or whatever it is that you're organizing. But whenever you are purchasing anything to organize, kind of think of different purposes for it. I've reused so many of these items in different spaces in my house, and they're always very functional. These Lazy Susans work perfectly in my pantry, in cabinets, in my restroom. They have so much versatility, so that way the cost of them isn't just thrown away. These stands right here for my cans are so useful. I think I got them from Walmart. They're very inexpensive, but they make finding the cans a lot easier, and you can stack them up and you're not just fishing through different kinds of cans.
Happened to you. Here's your time to shine. Or show me what you can do.
So right now you're just seeing me look at expiration dates. One downfall with the large pantry is that you kind of just accumulate things and don't realize what you have. Here recently I've been starting to do kind of like an inventory of my pantry, my fridge, and my freezer. I'll have a printable for that on my website pretty soon, but that right there is helping me not purchase multiple items of things that I already have. And right here I'm having to throw away a lot of produce that, or not produce, but canned goods that I normally wouldn't do that to. So if you can make an inventory, try that system for yourself.
I'm the best thing that has ever happened to you.
So if I was starting out brand new and getting containers for the first time, I would hand wash them all and dry them before putting anything in there. But since I've already had these for a while, I'm just gonna wipe off the outside of them, making sure that there's no germs because other people have touched them. And I am going to be wiping down the counters that they're going to be sitting on so that everything is nice and neat and organized. So before I did this, everything was crammed in there pretty tightly, but since I'm kind of downsizing and getting rid of things that I don't need, are expired, or that we just don't use or eat, it's giving me a little bit more room to give these containers some room.
Why don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school.
Another thing I wanted to share with y'all is I know y'all might be looking at my pantry and see that I have so many different containers. I don't want y'all to feel the need that you need to go into any kind of store and buy containers all at once. All of my containers were purchased throughout the years. I did not go and buy any all at once because they can get really pricey. The Dollar Tree does have good containers and good storage solutions, so that might be a good place to start. I've gotten a lot of containers from there, but start with something that sparks joy in your heart, see what makes you happy, and go from there. It's going to take you time to find the perfect solution for yourself, and that can get expensive. So just take your time, shop at a place. My favorite is Amazon because they have such a great return policy. If something doesn't work, you can just send it back.
Rewind.
Now that we finally got into the last shelf on my pantry, this is actually the only thing that I purchased to organize, are these wicker containers that I got off of Amazon. They were the perfect height, and I feel like they would hide any mess that the kids would create. So I'm just putting any snacks that I'm okay with Avery or Ayla having, and any drinks that Andy drinks. I also decided to put some potatoes, some onions, and garlic in these baskets right here. They're just easier for me to find.
So I'ma just tweet it and delete it, knowing you won't read it before we get too far away. I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't reach.
I'm not a big fan of storing things on the very bottom of my pantry because I feel like I am very clumsy and I end up tripping. But right now I'm just going to go ahead and sweep and mop the bottom, that way that I can pick up any trash that is there, because I am going to put my waters down here.
go. Maybe I need some space.
Right now I'm just taking my time mopping the floor really good, and I'm going to clean the baseboards and the wall around the bottom of the pantry, because a few months ago I spilled a soda. I think it was around Christmas time, and since then I haven't had a chance to pull everything out and give it a good clean. I just cleaned the main mess. Isn't that crazy how life gets so hectic? And me myself, I'm always thinking, hey, I need to get to it, but hey, as long as it gets done in the end.
My limits, you cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted.
I bought these wire baskets from Amazon a few years ago, and I have kind of like a love-hate relationship with them. They work well for my waters, but sometimes I feel like they're not the prettiest. But in the end, they get the job done, and that's really all that matters. And I'm not about to get rid of them because they were a little pricey. And even if they weren't, I mean, I already bought them. I need to use them. So right now, I'm just going to stack all my waters in one and all the Gatorades in the other.
Not sure what I expected.
Well, here y'all have it. Here is how my pantry turned out. I feel like it's much more functional now. It's more eye-appealing, and it just sparks a lot of joy in my heart. It's crazy that something like this may spark joy in my heart, but like I've told you before, organization is one of my key things that make me happy, so of course this is part of it. If you haven't checked out these Lazy Susans, y'all definitely need some. Any labels that y'all see in my pantry are from Amazon as well. They come in a big pack, and I can probably link them for you down below.
I'm a sucker for your love. Even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when
Cereal is definitely our go-to snack in the middle of the night, so we have all different kinds of snacks. What's your go-to snack? These shelves right here are pretty wide, so I just ended up putting the containers a little bit forward, and any back stock that I had of an item, I just put it behind it.
time is all we need. A bitter truth to face, not that innocent. We know what we did. I'm a sucker for your love. Even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch. That your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Oh, it's toxic, babe. Yeah. It's toxic, babe.
Lex was making fun of me whenever she saw the top shelf of the pantry, but since we don't drink any of it, it's just accumulating. As you can see, everything has its place, even the candy. It's out of Avery's reach. We have accessories for our crab boils that we do during the summer. We absolutely love them. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see a recipe on how I make mine. And anytime that somebody brings either alcohol, or if you sell those root beers, we just kind of hold on to them until the next time that they come, so that they can be there for them. This Lazy Susan was a perfect fit for all my plasticware, and here's my little medicine cabinet.
This might be a breakup, 'cause I don't believe you when you say that you miss me. 'Cause where are your actions to prove me you're different? When I say I need you and you head the direction that's leading away from.
Look how easy it is to hold any condiments with these Lazy Susans. If you don't have any, you definitely need to try some. Alright guys, well thank you so much for coming along, checking out this video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you're notified every time I post something new. If you want to see a photo of how this pantry turned out, make sure to head over to my IG and I'll post photos over there.